right, so looking at Hamburg, Germany, we see a very distinct and unique city. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really liking how it looks and how it's been developed and changed throughout over the years. And just across the main city area is a huge industrial development. We have a port right here that has like a cruise ship. You also have that right here. But this massive industrial area that encompasses like half of the city, like it's this whole area. And so I'm gonna try to incorporate some ideas within my European city, and see what we come up with. So let's go. All right, welcome to the episode. This is a time lapse, of completely in full time lapse episode. So I hope you like it. I'm just exploring different formats for recording and making videos as we move along towards, bringing the channel. So in the beginning, you saw me destroying my previous industrial area, and while I was doing the recording, actually somehow it stopped, so I don't have much footage for that, besides what you saw in the first minute or so. So give me a second. So so the clip jumped real quick to the part where I realized I wasn't recording for like 20 minutes maybe, and so I'm just replacing some industry and plopping some stuff down, and honestly the industrial area turned out perfect, and I really couldn't complain or ask for anything different. So I hope you guys like it, and I liked it, so I know you guys liked it. So on screen right now, I'm just plopping some general stuff down, to get a feel for industrial areas across, the city of my city. In the beginning, I showed you a few pictures of Hamburg, Germany, and the way how the city is really separated by the river naturally, but across the river from the main city is this huge sprawling industrial area, which is what I tried to replicate here throughout the process. Of course, I didn't do a good job of it, at least I think so, but I tried my best, and I think it looked great, honestly. So I'm not gonna complain too much or beat myself down, because again, this is not a one-to-one creation. This is just a game. So here I'm trying to place down a cargo train terminal. Across Europe, there's a lot of rail infrastructure, and I want to make that evident in the city that I'm developing and creating also. So I placed down the first instances of rail, and it's gonna go all throughout the city. This time lapse was slowed down a little bit because I didn't want to make it too fast where you guys couldn't see, or it was too fast, it just didn't make sense. So I slowed it down a little slower, and to better gauge myself and do what I'm doing. So yeah, I'm placing down some rail, and I'm trying to figure out, does it look good? Throughout placing these roads, I messed up the angle, so you could see me finagling with it, trying to see It's off by like a couple centimeters or meters, and this game is very finicky with the way how you place things. So I didn't want to worry too much about it, but you know, it's just a part of the game, and you just have to work with it. But I'm liking the city so far, and yeah, I think that's all. I don't want to yap too much. I want to save the yapping for the actual gameplay, and I don't know what else to say in this freaking voiceover thing. But yeah, so on the screen, making some stuff. And actually, this was the first time when recording this episode that I lost so much footage, and it's like the recording just stopped, which kind of pissed me off a little bit. So I don't want to get too upset about it, but it did piss me off. And also, while playing and recording for the next episode, it crashed a couple times. So you're gonna see some things that looks different than what they do in the final product, and that's because I lost a lot, and it didn't save. It didn't save, but I turned on autosave, and now after 10 minutes each, just to give myself that leeway, so in case something like that happens again, we're safe and protected. This area right now like as I said, the finished product looks great, and I think for the next episode I'm gonna try to do some detailing. I'm gonna look on Google Maps again to see if I can, get a better understanding of how like the area around rail and stuff looks in Europe and Germany in particular. But yeah, I'm just deleting some stuff because that didn't look good. It looked hideous. So reconfiguring the rail, smoothing out the area. One thing you learn when playing City Skylines 2, which I guess makes it more challenging but also fun, is that you really have to make sure that everything is leveled with the landscaping tools. It makes a huge difference. So that's what I did there with the rail lines. So I'm just trying to max it out and do the right thing. But yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it here. I've been yapping for almost 10 minutes now, so I don't know when I'll come back in, but I hope you enjoy. See ya. All right. I hope you enjoyed that techno. I ain't gonna lie, that shit was crazy. I was bouncing a little bit listening to it. Um, but yeah, as you can see throughout the building of this new industrial area, I had a lot of problems with the placement of some of the assets and the overall geography of the land, and using some of the rail tools, and trying to make sure that everything is sloped correctly and whatnot. I'm no pro in this, but the tools are fairly different this time around. In City Skylines 1, they were much easier to use and it felt natural. Here you have to be very meticulous in making sure that you turn on or off some of the I forgot what you call them, but those little things that make sure it's sloped and or whatever, I forgot. But you have to make sure you turn off the snapping tools. There we go, the snapping tools, to make sure that everything is nice. And you have to slope a lot. You have to use the landscape with the landscaping tools to your advantage. So right now I had a little problem with placing the cargo train terminal. So I had to completely erase the one that I had previously and place a new one, along with fixing the rail lines. And yeah, I mean, since this is my first voiceover, I don't necessarily have to talk about the game in general, because it's going on, and I prefer to be a one-time yapper. But I just want to talk about getting started. So I've been on YouTube for years now. I think my first YouTube video was in 2013, And I've always made videos, me and my friends, but we've never taken it seriously. And time again, I've told myself, I genuinely enjoy making YouTube videos, making videos, being creative in that process. So why not? And it's hard to showcase a part of your life to the world every time, but you see how it has affected some people and changed their lives, so why not do it? 2 years ago I uploaded some City Skylines videos on this channel with some Minecraft videos too, but I never finished the series or anything, partially because I get busy, and when I'm busy I like to focus on one task, because if I do too much then it becomes pointless. But also, I'll be the first to admit it, I get lazy. Like sometimes I don't want to record videos, or I just want to play the game. The game is fun. Why would I record and play and talk for hours and hours and hours? But if you have a talent, I think building cities and playing the game, in a particular way, it requires some level of talent. And I think I'm fairly talented at building cities. I've been playing City Skylines 1 for a long time, since it came out, even though I only have like 2,000 plus hours. But I build a very big, beautiful city over and over. I think I only have like under 200 hours, maybe above 200, 300 hours in City Skylines 2. But I've gotten fairly decent at building cities, and so I'm trying to showcase, the talent areas in designing cities. I love city planning. I love city development, and these are something that are of genuine interest to me, to the point that I might even go to school for city planning because of City Skylines. It's a fascinating game, and more people should play it. It's relaxing, it's comforting. But yeah, so getting started, and so I got started about a week ago now, and I'm really pushing myself to be dedicated to the craft. And with making YouTube videos, there's this void that you're uploading to. You're not the only one uploading these videos, but you don't know if anybody's even gonna see your videos. But this week I received my first comment from somebody who actually plays City Skylines, and they told me that they like my city and it looks very French-esque, European in general, and that gave me the motivation to continue to do what I'm doing. And so I'm proud of that. We don't always get those moments where people tell you that to keep going, or to keep trying. So I'm very happy that I did, and it gave me the drive and motivation that I needed to continue to do what I'm doing, not just with recording videos, but in life. And with getting started, there are certain steps that comes with it, and that's one of them. With anything that you're doing, you're bound to find someone that it reaches, and somebody will tell you that whatever you're doing is fascinating. Keep going, because I like what I'm seeing, and it's great. And so I really needed that, and I think his name was Maurice. I appreciate you, Maurice, for stopping by on the video. I hope you're listening to this again. It's just great overall, and I try my best to make sure that whenever I'm doing what I'm doing, I show up and show out, because you have to. It's a part of it. But that's enough of the yapping. Right now, I'm looking to see. I'm placing some buildings down because I need to fill out these areas with industry, and I'm not sure if it's in this clip, but a part of the clips, hopefully I included that, because as I said, the recording just stopped on me, and it crashed a couple times, so I lost a bunch of footage, a bunch of details that I really needed. Hopefully I showed me creating the interchange, or if I even recorded it, because I'm not sure I did at this point. But yeah, I'm not sure I did, even if I didn't. But yeah, I'm just placing down some buildings right now, looking at it to see, make sure everything is fine. I'm pretty sure I did record me building the interchange. If I didn't though, I'm sorry. I don't know where the footage is. But yeah, as I said, this whole area, this part, kind of looks different than the finished product because the game crashed 2 times. I lost a lot of progress. I wasn't recording for half of it, so things will look different. But I like this area. You see it in the next episode more, and it just looks flush. It just looks green. It looks good. Like, if I could live in the city, I would. And so that's what I'm gonna leave with you guys today. And it's just getting started. Once you get started, I guess the finish line becomes easier to see, because since I've been building this city, I want to play it so much more. Like, I genuinely like building. I like seeing the process of what I'm doing. I love it, and I see the finish line. I see a huge metropolis, you know, with things moving about. Like, I'm genuinely excited for new content that's to come. I want to start a new North American city. You know, I'm really excited. But again, if you are here in at the end of the video, I just want to say thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy what you're seeing. And you know, thank you for being here with me. I appreciate you. And give yourself some grace. You know, if it's not working, if you don't see it working right now, it's working. I know it is. It's working. So just give yourself some grace, and I guess I'll see you around.